A blogger revealed this week that Microsoft wanted to pay him to fix inaccuracies about their own company on the old Wikipedia. Well, the free encyclopedia that anyone can edit requires articles to have a neutral point of view, but some contributors have a personal motive with regard to the subjects that they write about, of course. Well, with Microsoft actively trying to delete criticisms of their company, does Wikipedia really have a neutral point of view? Don't even think about editing mine, because it'll be locked down in seconds. I don't like Polish sausage, I promise. It's The Loop. Joining us via satellite tonight from Philadelphia, founder of MyWikiBiz.com, Gregory Coase, and from the CNET studios in San Francisco, executive editor for CNET.com, Molly Wood. Welcome to The Loop, everyone. I apologize if you happen to check my Wikipedia entry in the last few seconds. The kids are having fun on the internet. It's great.
Yeah, how's the whale hunting coming, Kevin?
It's great. That's in the off season when I'm not collecting World War II memorabilia, apparently. But Molly, let me ask you here. A lot of the internets were in an uproar over this Microsoft controversy. What's wrong with them paying someone to edit a Wikipedia entry about their company?
Well, you know, there's definitely no rule, obviously. There aren't very many rules around Wikipedia, so there's no rule that says they can't. The problem is that it makes Microsoft look less trusted, because it's sort of the lobbying problem of, like, well, where's that money coming from? And they say they're correcting inaccuracies, but we all know that that's probably not their primary goal. So it makes Wikipedia look worse, and of course, as with most things, it makes Microsoft look pretty bad too.
Sure. But Gregory, I mean, is there really a problem here? If Microsoft goes in and cleans up maybe some tense verbiage or some choice adjectives about an operating system, even if they correct an inaccuracy and it turns out they're spreading false truths, can't someone else just go right back in and edit it and make Microsoft's money useless in that situation?
Yeah, that's what they call an edit war, where, you know, two parties can just go back and forth, one with one opinion, one with another opinion, and it's all supposed to come under this umbrella of neutral point of view. Well, the problem is that if Wikipedia, and Molly, I have to object, they really do have a lot of rules. Wikipedia probably has a more complex rule system than maybe the U.S. Constitution, but you know, if within their policy,
they don't work, though, is the problem.
That's true. That's true. Because they can't be policed unless people have a very, very active interest in being on Wikipedia 24 hours a day to police it.
So Gregory, though, do you think there's a problem with Microsoft paying someone to correct these inaccuracies, though?
Here's the thing. What Microsoft should have done is to write on the talk pages or the discussion pages of the articles that they had concerns with. Now, what I've been reading is that they're saying that they actually attempted to do that, and they felt that their concerns were being ignored. So the problem is in a capitalistic society, everyone needs to put bread and food on the table. So if somebody is slandering or giving false information about your company and your livelihood depends on it, aren't you morally and ethically obliged to do everything you can to
Sure, Molly, what's wrong with paying someone to butter the rolls on the table? What's wrong? You're just correcting some slanted point of view, right?
First of all, I'm pretty sure Microsoft has a couple of interns they could have gotten to do this. And second, do we know exactly what these inaccuracies were? I mean, we have no idea that there was actually... Was it indeed slander that was happening against Microsoft on these pages, or was Microsoft really just trying to kind of spiff up the entry a little bit to make it more complimentary to them? And I think that's where the problem comes in, because I certainly don't know, and so if I don't know, then I can only assume that Microsoft's motives were somehow not above board.
Sure,
because
and
I don't know what they were trying to do.
If this one random blogger is coming forward, who knows how many people haven't come forward who have taken that Microsoft money and maybe spiffed up an entry. But Molly, let me ask, bias is one thing, but is that our only concern with Wikipedia? Because like I said, my entry right now is inaccurate at best. Some of it's is just inflammatory. Is Wiki flawed on a greater level?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a pretty strong argument to be made at this point with Wikipedia that fundamentally it's broken. At least in my opinion, I think it really is broken. The model is not working, and part of the reason that it's not working is that Wikipedia editors can't keep up with inaccuracies, for one thing. So it's not fast enough, the corrections, to make sure that it's accurate all the time. And then any time that you open up something to a community, you have what we're kind of calling the dig problem, which is that other people are going to want to tear it down. People can't help themselves from wanting to game the system.
Sure. Greg, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with Molly 100%. I wouldn't say that Wikipedia is broken, but I would say it's starting to crumble, and we're seeing the signs of it. The problem really is that Wikipedia relies on what's called the wisdom of crowds, that this idea of a collective mind is going to be better than individual experts. Well, the problem with that is that the collective mind tends to lead to what we might call the Borg. And, you know, when everyone is agreeing or trying to reach consensus or trying to, you know, live up to this really unattainable neutral point of view, it just ends up being mushy. And when
you end up getting a hive mind kind of syndrome where one opinion clearly outweighs another.
Right.
Well, and also neutral point of view is kind of an oxymoron.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
At some point, when you become an expert on a topic, I think, Greg, you would agree, you probably have a vested interest in said topic, and therefore you formed an opinion.
Exactly. It takes time and experience to become an expert, and through that process, there's no way but you form an opinion or a point of view about the topic.
Now, Molly, Wikipedia, supposedly, they've got this built-in correction system. Thousands of people can go in there. The editors can go. Like Gregory said, Microsoft can use the talkback page. Now, you mentioned Dig and how it's showing similar problems. Are we going to see these hive minds prevail and therefore maybe destroy Wikipedia in the end? Or will Wikipedia and open source information prevail?
I think the biggest thing that's going to happen is that Wikipedia is going to have to take steps to protect itself, and they're already doing it. In fact, you see Jimmy Wales acting essentially against the wishes of the community. He's now saying, for example, that external links will have no follow so that they can't be used for search engine optimization. That's contrary to the spirit of Wikipedia, but I think you're going to have to see more and more restrictions like that, and Dig has been at it too, with better algorithms to protect the product, because the hive mind, frankly, can't be trusted.
Gregory, very quickly here, what do you think? Will the Digs win out? Will the Wikipedias win out in the end? Or is this just a battle of attrition and eventually 30 forum kids are going to win over?
I think what the problem that Wikipedia has is that, like any sort of collective system, everyone is expected to contribute their labor, but there's no reward for excellence. And so what happens is that people who want to be rewarded for their excellence need to protect their work, they need to promote their work, and that's why I'm co-developing another wiki site called Sentier.com, where individuals, entrepreneurs, and companies will be encouraged to promote and protect their own work.
All right, Gregory and Molly, thank you so much for keeping us in the loop. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't think Microsoft is that crazy for hiring people to clean up their image. And, here are some of the inaccuracies on my own wiki, which I wish I could pay somebody to fix. Apparently, my big break into showbiz was on Nickelodeon's Are You Afraid of the Dark? I have a twin sister named Marie, and I hunt whales in my spare time. Simply untrue, folks. And the fact that I launched Zombocom, it's not even mentioned. So don't assume that what you read on Wikipedia is something accurate. Just assume that it's probably something awful.